Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Ignite Your Soul, Merging Two Worlds. So, I'm just going to get up every day and, well, I did in the past, but I took a little break um, to organize my life a little more. But, like today, or yesterday actually, I got up, I got ready, I was getting ready to do the video, and then I had a fucking nervous breakdown. It's like breakdown before the breakthrough, right? So yesterday, um, I did nothing. I didn't dash. I didn't write. I didn't do tarot. I didn't do videos. I just said, fuck it. I'm not doing shit. But you know what happened was, and I just want to share, like because of um, this eclipse right now and the energy. I imagine for most of you is pretty heavy if you don't know what's happening. Like we're transitioning and we're going through the cycles, and the cycles happen through ourselves, through the body, through the synchronicities, through the broken pieces and mirrors outside of yourself are being reflected back. So this is exactly what happened. And then and I'm pretty well rehearsed in the energy field, okay? So I started getting this like headache. And I know it was something to do with my third eye because it was, well, when I'm looking at you, it was the right side. Okay. It was the masculine energy within me um, opening up. And I don't feel like this is just in me. I feel like it's a collective thing. Like this is happening. So if you are no gender based, remember, if you're masculine or feminine, whatever you're most dominant, it happened yesterday and I couldn't do shit. The stuff that I usually do, it was like, no, I'm just not going to do it. I don't care what I need. My needs will be met. I have food, I have whatever I need. Um, but I was down. And most people think when I say, like my family members, when I say I'm down, I'm sick. I'm not sick. I am not sick. Okay. Um, as an intuitive, okay, and we're all intuitive, okay, no, I'm more than you or you more than me. It's just I'm more rehearsed in the energy, and I totally forgot, um, because I'm transitioning in life, and specific areas um, are actually starting to look better and open up. So, but this energy, it hit me, and I'm thinking, okay, I know I'm on this twin flame journey. I don't know. And when I say I talk to the pain, I don't curse the pain. I used to, and it used to just get more intense. But when I started to realize by not cursing the pain that's coming up in my body, wherever it is, doesn't matter. And this is for you, okay? If you are in pain, I invite you to speak to it. Like it was your best friend and you're having an actual conversation with it. You can do this in your head. You can do this, invite God, your Holy Spirit, whatever it is, right, that you believe in. So, anyways, I was talking this pain and I'm using every fucking thing that I know since 2010. Okay. I've been trained in energy and to know if it's mine versus somebody else's. Okay, so I'm channeling and I'm asking source, please, please ease the pain, do something. It just was more and more intense. But what it's saying is that, and I'm really connecting to masculine energy today, that not just masculine energy, your loved ones transition in spirit. Um, but that's where it begins for me as a bridge, as a medium. So I always feel the shit first. Um, and I have to say it, men hurt too. Okay, this is men hurting, and they're confused. They're unsure about their what they're doing or their future. This is the anxiety, some anxious, about the next step or even the world in general. So this is the energy that's coming through this morning. Um, I couldn't get rid of that shit for nothing, and I'm really good at doing it. And it pissed me off. It started to piss me off. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'll just go through it. I'm just gonna go through it. Also, hydration. Okay. Um, so definitely at this time, your body already has water. All right. So the actual water that we drink throughout the day, and this helps with manifestation, with healing, with cleansing your energy, with intention, of course. But yeah, see, I'm picking up some anxiety and anxiousness, like in secrets. I just heard some secrets um, are about to come to the surface. But anyways, yeah. Uh, so you're the master, whether you perceive yourself as the master or not. You, divine masculine, divine feminine, are the master, and what that means is your whole life has given you gifts, abilities, expertise. And what source is channeling through me is to let go of fear and just pick one. Pick one, start there, build a solid foundation wherever the hell you're at or whatever you choose, whether it's to reconcile with a loved one. Start there. Build a new foundation of trust. And of course, with discernment that this person has hurt you, and it, it's kind of, it's really interesting with the family dynamic and the relationship dynamics, okay? Because that cycle it's in us as energy. And when I felt that pain and that energy yesterday and I couldn't do anything about it, I was like, okay, so this is just it's part of the awakening. It's part of evolution. It's part of being better at what I do. Like there's always, how do I want to call it? There's always extension, okay, to higher enlightenment. And I choose that. You might not choose that consciously or deliberately, but I choose it. And I sometimes go through these things where I gotta lay down for 3 fucking days and I can't get up. I can't do what I love to do. And it's not saying that that's the problem. It's saying that I'm exhausted, I'm overwhelmed, I'm overworked, I'm worried, I'm stressed out. I'm human too. Okay. But I always put my soul guidance before my ego gets in the way. My ego and my soul are best friends. That's all I can say. To make life easier and more natural and to flow through me, I realized that all my inner child healing and the parts and the pieces that I summoned and I called back into myself, my own light, my own way of thinking, feeling, and reacting. I'm going to leave here with a legacy because I'm better. I'm leaving here making the world a better place than where I started because I was on that path. I was on that darkened path to hell, we all say. But really, I was meant to be on that path, or I wouldn't know the difference. So that's what, it's just an amazing gift God gave us all. And a lot of you do not know that you have a different choice to choose. You have beliefs that I'm just here to live and die. Well, you're here to fucking live and create joy and happiness and thrive. So, I mean, not everybody is going to wake up and say, "Huh," because the path has already been split. Where the lower dense energy over here, we're not to judge it, but it's being taken away from where you are into your light. Um, and if you're really super empathic like me, you're going to get both. So you need to learn how to protect your own thoughts, your own energy. You're a portal. Okay, you're a portal, an extension when you rise in the Kundalini energy, and things just start to happen. Follow the synchronicity. Is this for me? Is this part of my lesson? Is this something I'm learning? What am I learning from it? We have to start asking these questions, because if you're good 1 minute and you walk into a store, or you walk, because we're exchanging vibration and energy all day. But I learned to put on a wetsuit, so to speak. And yeah, I still pick up the energy, but it's less intense. Um, I guess that's for empaths out there that know you're an empath, and you need some kind of tool or technique to um, keep your energy field at a distance when you go out to public, or when stop hugging people. Number one, we love connection, but as an empath, um, it's different. Okay, it's different. You have to start creating boundaries, and not on malice, not because we're judging somebody else, but because we feel deeply. And once we fucking feel deeply, it becomes a routine and a daily experience. We have to get up. We have to cleanse. We have to clear. We have to connect to the divine source within, and expand that light, expand that intention, and embrace whatever comes. Just embrace it, because we clear, we cleanse other people's energy just by existing. Or we awaken, we awaken other people just by being in our light force, um, and I'm grateful for that. Um, so when I'm not showing up and I'm not here doing what I love, I'm taking a break. I'm cleansing. I'm clearing. I'm empowering myself to the next step, to the next level of ascension of awareness that Source brings for you. So I used to be so worried about coming here and speaking to a collective, of, and I don't even have just one collective. I was taught not to judge, not to take sides from the masculine to the feminine, because I am both. First, I embody that. I am twin flame, right? And then where Source creates the masculine, see, I'm the feminine twin flame. Where when I embody and balance inside me, and stop obsessing about a person outside me and putting a face and anything on it, then it just aligns. That's how it works. It's not one man. It's it's the one that Source chooses, that matches your growth, your immediate growth and connection. Because there always needs to be growth. There needs to be a mind that can expand and become more. Um, with emergence and in the heart to embody its own sacred self, to spread love, to be kind and compassionate. And I can see out there that because you have been hurt and you've hardened your heart, you've turned your back to your family. This is temporary. For some, it's your choice. But really, the family is doing for you is bringing you into more of your own alignment and being able to ask your own questions. You know, do I want to keep living like this? If they're not changing and you are, it's okay to step away from that family member or whatever. And I don't like to call them toxic because there are teachers. My family, for instance, if you know me or you don't, but I have a very addictive family. And what I mean by that is they choose their own addiction, right? Some are drugs, some are alcohol, some are overthinkers, some are overworkers, workaholics. I mean, you name it. Okay. And I'm not saying they all are because since I started doing this work and I choose to expand, I wanted that to be my legacy. I wanted my family to be liberated from financial grief and any grief, loss, to know how to process it naturally and understand it from God's perspective that we're still connected. And that's why I love mediumship and being the bridge to heaven and earth. And when I say heaven, it's a consciousness. We're on different levels of heaven when we leave here. Okay. This is what most people would call walking hell. You know, I mean, it's a choice. How do you want to create it? Deliberately and consciously. Because up until recently, even for myself, I realized that these things that were showing up outside were the cycles inside me. And once I dealt with that and just simple awareness, not like to make this fucking big firework show or anything, but once I recognized that with acceptance and like, okay, I realized that that's part of me and it's showing out here, you know, where the natural world needs me to become a better human being, to become more balanced in my feminine energy and emotionally intelligent, and especially when it comes to our relationships. So within there, I haven't always been emotionally intelligent, and that's because of growing up. My parents really didn't. They had passive aggressive parent, father. I had one. Um, it felt like abandonment, having to chase your father down at a very young age just to know where he's at and why he ain't home. I mean, just different things, right? And so when I look back at my life from the very beginning, it's like I became a very uh, observant person at a very young age, and that was a gift in itself because I ended up learning how to walk from faith and not sight because of that. I could see a higher perspective um, of my situationships and versus other people's. And I really learned how my own mind was programmed and how to reprogram it and become better myself. You can't do this for somebody else, but once you set your intention, you internally start to shift. And when you change something, it can be a ripple effect. It's not, it's a gift. It's a gift to be able to feel everything. Okay. but it also taught me how to discern what I'm feeling, where it's coming from, um, how to channel uh, protection around my energy and not be a fucking sponge because I didn't know, I wasn't taught. I'm self taught. And when I say self, I mean source. I mean the universe within me through the challenge, through the grief, through just extending out compassion. Um, and I remember one day I was um, with somebody and we were picking up somebody from their work, and it was, oh, it was my sister. She worked at this home where she took care of people that couldn't really, take care of. Well, they could take care of themselves. Whatever, I want to say that. This guy came out and he said, "You love everyone and everything, don't you?" And I said, "How'd you know?" And he gave me a bracelet, and I don't know what happened to it. It's been a while, but how did he know? Like that was the moment everything really opened up a lot more than where I was because I was always shifting and trying to become better for myself and be a bridge, a mirror, a warrior for spirit and God, that it is possible. And I fucking tell you, when somebody tells me I can't do something, I am a creator here to be creating shit, I'm changing it. And that's power. So let's see what we're in 22 minutes. 22, okay, the master number. Um, and really, we're shifting, whether you're conscious and deliberate about it or not. There are aha moments, there are epiphanies, there are attachments, there are the addiction. Um, so we came with a veil over the knowing and not knowing. Now the veil is being lifted, which means ego death. So, ego death is the past self, the way of thinking, habitually thinking in fear based energies. Like, who wants to wake up every fucking day? And we were programmed, right? Um, Me, myself, uh, to wake up expecting the worst to happen. Why not expect the fucking best to happen? Why not expect the best news? Why not expect today be the day that you get them 100 clients or uh, win the jackpot? Who knows, right? Why not today? Not someday. There's no source keeping your birthright from you. And this is what I learned for myself. Like, my birthright was to know who I am without all the labels, right? The mom, the daughter, the sister, whatever. All good. No shame in that. Oh, and when we talk about like guilt and shame, you have to learn to say no because you're so used to saying yes. And these are to the people that's most close to you, right? Your kids, you have to build boundaries, like not malicious, right? But we bring boundaries in secret even. I mean, this shit does not even have to be loud. Um, but yeah, building boundaries, learning discernment on who I can, when I can feel, I know bringing in my energy or not bringing in my energy. Excuse me, coffee. But yeah, I think that was basically what I wanted to share today. But strong masculine energy is being felt. Ego deaths. I mean, I was door dashing the other day and I seen this man. He looked so sad and he was sitting on, and we just connected immediately. At the same time, I looked at him, he looked at me, and that's that. I mean, he was just sitting there and I was driving by. That was Source saying men hurt too, and men feel lost or alone, and you have been so misguided. The facade, the the familiar path, it's being rewritten for you, just like it was for me. I mean, I realized I could do anything at any time or not. Just be. Just be the source that wants to expand in the present moment and open up and be this channel. It's so easy for me now. I used to be terrified, and when I got fear in the way, I'd be like, I don't even, I'd be all over the place. Now I'm focused, I'm centered, I'm both divine, masculine, feminine, and source really, this is important. This is what keeps you separated from everything that you put in your vortex, every rocket of thought you shoot into the universe keeps you from receiving it because you think it's far from you. It's a consciousness, it's a Christ consciousness, awareness of the one. Okay. So, this about relationships, unity consciousness with your team and spirit, because you got one. When your people leave here from the physical, they left. It's a gift, really, if you think about it, because sometimes, I want to say, like my niece just passing. I'm not saying it's a gift, she's gone, blah, blah, blah. Not in the malicious, ignorant kind of way. But try to find the good in it, that her life and her passing, it empowered, it gave her kids, her children light, right? Yes, they miss her. Yes, they mourn her. I still do. And I can connect at any time, but it's not the same. And we have to become aware that we're not separate. There was a gift like given to her daughters, um, and her grandkids. She was the light for most women. Um, and I'm not going to get into the why, the how. If you know me, you know her. Um, but it is around addiction and many, right? Sexual addiction, money addiction, drugs, alcohol. If anybody had them all, the overthinking, um, there was definitely a mental illness there. Okay. And it's nobody's fault. I believe that that was her chapter, um, to show us these attachments, styles, and patterns. She was definitely a gift to my life. I'll never forget her. Um, but yeah, and you can see the sensitivity in that. Um, I don't have a choice but to accept that she's no longer going to call me and say, "Hey, Amy, let's go fucking dash. What are you doing? I'm bored." And shit like that. And it hurts. It hurts. And I know my sister's hurting, my family. Um, it's just different. But where am I going? Have faith because she left that gift of light. Um, and she wasn't a horrible parent. She was an absent parent. She was an emotionally unavailable parent. She was physically unavailable parent because, and not all the time. She did her best, but it just, I don't know. Not surprised it's her channel. It was a message for me, for you, for us, for everyone that we have a choice. We have a different choice. And no matter what choices we have come from, we can stop living in survival mode. We can start making healthier choices when it comes to our children or ourselves. I mean, look at how much she left. You know, um, still hear her voice. Can still picture her. Annie, you want these eggs? It's just you got to remember the love, and you got to remember the connection you did have, and you got to stop looking for them here. You have to see them where they're at. Your soul to their soul, and spirits tell me to just leave it there. Mm. So I love you guys. Thanks for being a channel member. Or if you're not, please like, share, and subscribe. Um, there's a lot of women, there's a lot of masculine energy out there that could use this message. Um, it's appreciated. I love you guys. And until next time, bye for now. Have a blessed day.